Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. It's the Chicago Bulls taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for Chicago right now, we've got Jordan. Pippen is out there with Rodman. And it's Rose, and it's Gilmore in at the center position.
And I'll tell you what, few forwards have ever had that lightning first step of Dr. J. He just takes away the angles of the defense.
Here's Rose. Pass to Gilmore. He kicks it to Pippen. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
And what you like there, Jordan never looks like he's rushing. Makes quick, solid decisions.
Here's Kidd. Carter on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Martin, and finished off by Martin.
And how about the explosive leaping ability by Martin? A big-time dunker who enjoys getting this close to the basket.
Now here's Rose. Jordan inside. Carter on him. Offensive rebound. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Bulls shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one at the line is good.
And the defining trait of the greatest of superstars, Jordan makes the players around him better. Mentally, in terms of effort, and in terms of their performance.
The Nets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Kidd kicks to Carter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, Carter just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Chicago. It's a 3-point game. And the wide-open shot from Rose. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And great elevation on that shot from Rose. When his jumper is falling, he becomes a nightmare to defend.
Here's Kidd. No good on the shot. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Here's Pippen. Rebounded by Coleman.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible gifts.
Now here's Pippen. Hits it from 3-point range. Pippen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Carter, the pass to Coleman. That's tipped. Up top, Pippen. He's covered by Irving.
Now, those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
Comes up empty down low.
The defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Martin's checked in for Williams. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter of the game. Armstrong against Kidd. Noah the screen. Here's Love. The kick outside to Butler. Knocks down the 3 ball. Butler's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's still something that Noah does very well. Seeing the floor, keeping his head up. Play with your head on a swivel. Noah does that.
For Brooklyn, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. And he knocks down the first one. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. 55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Sloan kicks to Love. Armstrong. That's in there. Love with the assist.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
It's Irving, top of the key. Martin with a screen on Butler. Back to Kidd from outside the arc. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's the pick. Here's Sloan. Love. And Love with the second chance points. Love's got his first bucket of the night.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Bulls lead by 3. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Yeah, getting an early boost from the bench. That's been the difference here so far.
Well, a good coach always optimizes his rotation, and in the first quarter, he did a great job of that.
They've got Anderson. Martin is out there with Irving. Then there's Carter. And it's Coleman in at the 5 down low. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Armstrong passes to Love. 9 feet out. Rebounded by Coleman.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yep, you can do all the stretching and all the strength training, eat right, train right, but at the end of the day, it's pretty random.
Evan Harris is checked in for Anderson. Here's Irving. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You got to be a little bit questioning of the defense because I'm sure they feel foolish for giving that guy that look. But they survived it.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Luol Deng.
And guys, it's crazy. He really was a late bloomer. You know, Irving didn't have the big-time amateur career you hear about with some stars, but boy, he's more than made up for it.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Bulls making a switch here. Rose is checked in. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Grant kicks to Deng, and out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
Jordan, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's Petrovic. He's covered by Rose. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's Irving. Bank shot, no good.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
The pass to Jefferson. Here's Petrovic, guarded by Jordan, and there's the bucket from Petrovic.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Here's Rose. That one off the back iron and out.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Petrovic with the pass to Lopez. On the wing, Irving. It's tipped.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Bulls have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And he makes the first. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Kenyon Martin is checked in for Williams. Perry comes in for Irving. Johnson, he's checked in for Jefferson. Devin Harris subbed in for Petrovic. It's tipped. Chicago trailing here. Outside Rose. Fires top of the key. And he drops that one in. Rose has got his second basket.
And Rose always looking for his offense. And why not? He can put up points in a hurry.
And it's Harris off the drive. The 3 from Johnson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Rejected by Harris. Pippen against Johnson. Back to Harris. Lopez kicks to Harris. Outside Martin. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Lopez. That's tipped. Rose against Harris. Dang dishes to Rose. It's his first trip to the line. Free throw, good, Rose.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's the Bulls. They're up by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Few isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
And
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Julius Irving. What a contribution.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
Taking a look at the Bulls. Jordan is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Pippen. Then it's Rodman. And it's Gilmore in at the center, filling out the middle. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Carter comes in for Devin Harris. Nets trail by 5. Carter, the pass to Irving. Carter down low, guarded by Jordan.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
And here's Rose. 6 points for him. And the dunk by Rose.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Kidd attacking. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Jordan with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. And now a 7-point Chicago lead.
And the beauty of Jordan's pull-up, he can do it running full speed or laterally in either direction.
Kidd kicks to Irving. Tips it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Martin's got his second bucket tonight.
That's a nice tip, and you can't leave him alone on the offensive glass or he'll find a way to get to the ball.
The Bulls leading by 5, and the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Brooklyn making some changes. Buck Williams, he's checked in for Martin. Johnson comes in for Irving. And it's Jefferson in for Carter. Butler kicks to Armstrong. Tries it from the top of the key. Good, he hits the jump shot. Armstrong's got 5.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Jefferson. Joakim Noah grabs the miss.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And the versatility Johnson offers, it can't be forgotten. I mean, this is a guy that can play 3 to 4 positions, a lights-out shooter who also has that clutch gene.
Kukoc, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's Love. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Love's got the lead up to 7 now for Chicago.
I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Johnson, the pass to Kidd. Here's Coleman. Johnson down low, guarded by Kukoc, and then Johnson with the dunk.
And even though Joe's been in the league just a few years now, he still has some pep in his step, so don't be surprised when you see something like that.
Noah the screen, 3-pointer, Butler. That one's not going to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Kidd passes to Jefferson. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Puts up a 3, buries the long-range jumper. Armstrong's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
There's a screen. Here's Kidd. And it's Chicago with the rebound. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And 2 for 1, that's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can.
Here's Johnson, and the layup's good off the glass. Johnson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, Joe Johnson has the size of a forward, but at that guard position, able to barrel his way through the defense.
Noah the screen. Armstrong kicks to Butler. Again, Chicago.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Kidd passes to Jefferson. Kidd against Armstrong. Right side, Williams. 1 second left. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And so it's the Chicago Bulls in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Martin is out there with Brooke Lopez. Then it's Devin Harris. Then there's Irving. And it's Carter in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Rose, and it's sent back by Lopez. Here's Martin. Second chance shot, and it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Carter.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
And it's Pippen missing.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Irving against Pippen. Irving kicks to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Lopez. Gilmore grabs the miss. Gilmore's got 4 rebounds now tonight, and it's Brooke Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Williams is checked in, and Chicago also making a switch. Jordan's checked in. Rodman sets a screen. Pippen dishes to Rodman. Over in the corner, Rose. No good on that one. Excellent D there from Williams. Here's Irving. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And that one falls for Irving. He makes 1 of 2 that time. And the foul called on Kenyon Martin. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Chicago calls timeout.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
And a new group in for the Nets. Lopez, he's checked in for Williams. Jefferson comes in for Kenyon Martin. Barry's checked in for Irving. And it's Johnson in for Vince Carter. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with the team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And it's tied up with that one.
You really relish these moments, and he loves those pressure situations.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Back to Rose. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2. And the Bulls lead by 2.
And Rose wants that leadership position. When the team needs a big bucket, he is ready and willing.
Barry the pass to Harris. On the wing, Johnson. Guarded by Jordan. Screen by Jefferson. Just 5 to shoot. Johnson. Scottie Pippen grabs the miss.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 2. There's a minute 34 left to play in the final quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Jordan.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Kidd kicks to Irving. Pass to Coleman. Back to Irving. Down low. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And you just have to understand that hours and hours of practice mean that clutch free throws become easy.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Jordan inside. He's covered by Irving. Rose against Kidd. Takes the 13-footer. Good defense by Kidd.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Jordan. The offensive rebound. Rodman. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And as a free throw shooter, Rodman has his challenges. One of those guys who almost shoots a better percentage from the field.
And he does get the second one, and that gives them the lead.
They're ahead, but if they don't get a stop here, that free throw could prove critical.
Outside for Martin. Buries it from outside.
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shoots from 12. And it's Rose missing.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
Man, that's just tough because that would have tied up the score. It's a tough one to swallow here in the fourth.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Perfect from the line. It's now a 2-possession game.
Clock's ticking. They got to get up a shot.
Yeah, and then you have to foul right away on the inbounds, maybe the first person who touches the ball. He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And Kidd, really just a nightly triple-double threat. Big point guard who can score, pass, and also rebounds the ball.
Money!
And Derrick Rose, accustomed to carrying a team offensively, taking and making big shots down the stretch. Nothing new to him.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Gilmore passes to Rodman. On its way from Rose for 2. No good there off the double clutch. Here's Irving. Offline.
And cat-quick reflexes there. Jordan sees that play and jumps all over it. Terrific defense.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time